For 38 years, successive governments have had, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, have had very close relations with the Republic of China, Taiwan. It is unfortunate that one of the two major parties of state has decided, has announced in advance, that if it were to come to office after the next general elections, that they would break relations with the Republic of China on Taiwan and establish diplomatic relations with the People's Republic of China. It is not too late for them to change their minds, and I'm urging them so to do. On this occasion, when we celebrate 108 years of the Republic of China, and we must remember that from 1949, the Republic of China has been based on Taiwan. This is a country which has done remarkable work, and our relations have brought benefits to both countries. It is not the Republic of China on Taiwan which has established a one China policy. St. Vincent and the Grenadines holds that there is one Chinese civilization. There are legitimate political expressions of that civilization. And the Republic of China, Taiwan, is one such expression, political expression, of this great and noble Chinese civilization. There are people who ask the question, well, you have relations with Republic of China, Taiwan. What about the 1.4 billion people on mainland China? Do you not have any links with them? Well, the point about it is this. You can't ignore 1.4 billion people. And we, through a number of institutions, the People's Republic of China is a non-borrowing member of the Caribbean Development Bank, and we are a borrowing member. So we have that relationship through that institution. We are members of the World Bank and the IMF. We are members of the United Nations, and for the next 2 years, from January the 1st, next year, we will be sitting on the United Nations Security Council. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Taiwan, and the People's Republic of China, we are in the World Trade Organization. It's important that everybody understands all these things. We have nothing against the citizens of mainland China. They come here and they establish businesses and they get work permits. Not just from my time, but from the time of Sir James. So it's not that there is no connection, but the fact is this: global, international, the global international architecture it has evolved where the People's Republic of China says that there's one China policy and you have relations with them, or you have with them only. Well, we have had 38 years of relations with the Republic of China, Taiwan, and we have had great benefits. And we do not see the necessity or the desirability of changing those relations. We are not inconstant in our friendships. And we can be counted as reliable people. That is how we are. That's how our Caribbean civilization has evolved in the space called St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It makes a mockery of global relations and the nature of the international problems we have to tell me that you must ignore 24 million people on Taiwan, which has, in terms of reserves, foreign reserves, 11th, 12th, or 13th largest reserves in the world. Why are you going to ignore it? Let's be sensible. Let us look at the big global problems which are facing us and see that all of us must work together on them. Climate change. Artificial intelligence. The growing gap between the rich and the poor globally. The scarcity of certain strategic resources. The matter of war and peace. Every single one of these things. The issue of air and sea transportation and diseases, all of them, you need everybody to work together. We will be burying our heads in the sand to say that you must ignore them. Well, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not ignoring Taiwan. And I repeat, we are not ignoring the People's Republic of China. I've just said we work with them in the Caribbean Development Bank. You see companies from mainland China, they win contracts to build schools financed by the Caribbean Development Bank or the World Bank. And ECC, a Taiwanese company, wins contract financed by monies from Taiwan. They have them here working in the country. Why do we want to interfere ourselves with an issue where common sense tells us that we should try to work together and respect everybody. And we won our seat on the Security Council by a simple tagline: friends of all, striving for a better world. And that is for peace, security, and prosperity. If anybody wants to have enmity with us, that's their business. We don't have enmity with anybody. We utilize our instruments of sovereignty and independence to come to terms more capably, more efficaciously with our external environment in the interest of our people. I don't see how anybody can quarrel with that either. So when you see people depart from such common sense positions, you always ask yourself if there is something in the matter beside the pestle. And that is an issue which between now, I'm not involved in the Taiwanese in my elections, between now and the next general elections, the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines will have to answer. A very important question. So I come here as the Prime Minister to reaffirm our friendship. How could we be wrong when of the 40 years that we are independent, the 5 years of Milton Keyto's government, the 16 years and 3 months of Sir James's government, and the 18 years plus since I have been Prime Minister. In other words, of these years since independence, the 3 names I just called, Milton Keyto, Sir James Mitchell, and Ralph Gonsalves, the 3 of us have been Prime Minister of this country for all except 5 months. And 3 of us, one is dead, Milton Keyto, and the other 2 who are alive. We agree on this. That's why Sir James is here and I am here. So, I want it to be absolutely clear. If you think that you who have not studied this question as well as Milton Keyto and Sir James and Ralph, and you want to substitute your judgment for ours, you can do so, because that would be your right. But I'm advising you that it would be dangerous, reckless, irresponsible to ignore such sage, such wise advice of Keyto, Mitchell, and Ralph. I say I'm not involved in any politics. The Taiwanese, this is our business here, and this is taking place in St. Vincent and in Grenadines, not in Taiwan. You know, when others turn from us to build the international airport, Taiwan was there with us. When others say it is impossible to build the bridge over Rabuka, Taiwan was there with us. The library, when others were saying Money for library what? They came forward. And I want to ask you this. When the farmers up and down this country want to get certain kinds of agriculture technology and certain assistance and to set up the best facility of the kind which you have anywhere in the Eastern Caribbean, including Trinidad, it's up at Orange Hill. Who started it? The Taiwanese. Those are just some of the outstanding examples. And then, a very important people-to-people contact. Dozens of young people who didn't have any chance to get a university education. They got 4- and 5-year scholarships, 6-year scholarships from the government of Taiwan, including a preliminary year to learn Mandarin. And they're distinguished scholars around here in this room. And in Taiwan, what are we going to do? You're going to break relations with Taiwan. What about the 60 or 70 or 80 students who are over there? You going to send them to Beijing? Huh? You going to disturb them? I'm not saying nobody must go and study in Beijing, you know. There's a tremendous civilization, the Chinese, of which Taiwan is part. Or what is going to happen? For each scholarship, it's about $250,000 minimum. So you have 100 students. You're going to take $25 million and pay for them there? All those are questions which sensible people have to answer. Not people whose feet are firmly planted in the sky. Talking about people who are grounded in the real world of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and who understand how to run government. I authored a paper, a lengthy paper on this question, and very respectful of the Chinese civilization and every political expression. But don't tell me I must denigrate the one in Taiwan. I'm not joining you in that campaign. I want to send today, this evening, and we have communicated already to the President, our dear friend who came to visit us and addressed our Parliament. Congratulate her and the government and people of the Republic of China on Taiwan on this 108th anniversary. I want the young people to go and read the ideas of the founding father, Sun Yat-sen, Dr. Sun Yat-sen, and to see what vision he had for his people. I am very grateful, and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines are very grateful to the government and people of the Republic of China and Taiwan. And I want to say thanks. You know, in the countryside, you know what they used to be said? You know, in the old days, Your Excellency, we used to go, we grow cattle. and you milk them yourself, and you have the bucket, and an analogy what old people gave you. The bucket is full with milk. You going to kick it over? I don't think so. Everyone can rely on St. Vincent and Grenadines at the Security Council to respect the Charter of the United Nations, to respect all peoples all over the world, and to go for peace, prosperity, and security. Thank you very much, and God bless your nation.